A 70-gram piece of metal initially at 90 degrees Celsius is placed into 100 grams of water initially at 25 degrees Celsius. If the final temperature of the water is 28.9 degrees Celsius, what is the specific heat of the metal? The specific heat of water is 4.18 joules per gram degree Celsius. So to solve this problem, we start with the equation Q hot is equal to negative Q cold. So first we need to identify which is the hot substance, which is the cold substance. So in this problem, the metal is initially at 90 degrees Celsius, while water is initially at 25 degrees Celsius. So between the two, the hot substance is the metal and the cold substance is water. So our equation would now be Q of metal is equal to negative Q of water. And we all know that Q is equal to mc delta T. So we now expand our equation. So it now looks like mc delta T of the metal, so the left side is the metal, equal to negative mc delta T of water. So the right side would be for water. So now let's start with the left side. Let's substitute the values. So M stands for the mass. So the mass of the metal is 70 grams. So 70.0 grams times C is the specific heat of the metal, which we do not know yet because that's what's missing in this problem. So just write C of metal times the change in temperature. So we know the change in temperature is final temperature minus initial temperature. So final temperature is 28.9 degrees Celsius minus the initial temperature of the metal is 90.0 degrees Celsius. So we're done with the left side. Now let's move on to the right side. So the right side, we put negative M. M is the mass of water, which is 100.0 grams, times C is the specific heat capacity of water, which is given in the problem. It's 4.18 joules per gram degree Celsius times the change in temperature of water. So again, the final temperature is 28.9 degrees Celsius minus the initial temperature for water is 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, now let's just simplify the equation. So let's just copy 70.0 grams times C of metal. So solve in your calculator, 28.9 minus 90, that is equal to negative 61.1 degrees Celsius equal to negative 100.0 grams times 4.18 joules per gram degree Celsius. And then we have 28.9 minus 25. That is equal to 3.9 degree Celsius. So to get the C of metal, all we have to do is to divide both sides of the equation by 70.0 grams times negative 61.1 degrees Celsius. So you do the same thing on the right side. Okay, so on the left side, the 70 grams would cancel. The negative 61.1 degrees Celsius would also cancel. So what's left on the left side is just C of the metal. So on the right side, all you need to do is just solve this using your calculator. So in the numerator, we have negative 100 times 4.18 times 3.9, and in the denominator we have 70 times negative 61.1. So if you solve this, you will get approximately 0.381. Now let's look at the units. So the grams will cancel out. The degrees Celsius will cancel out. So the unit for specific heat is joules per gram degree Celsius. So the answer to this question, the specific heat of the metal, is 0.381 joules per gram degree Celsius.